Howdy, partner. Welcome to one of the most northern parts of the United States of America. Travel with me upriver as we talk to a bunch of ladies and fellers and they share their tales of wit and wisdom. That's right, it's time again for Skagit Storytellers.
With Liz Duffy.
I noticed how you preferred a lighter over a bottle opener.
Well, I just figured there wasn't a bottle opener, so I looked around. And...
Do you
Got lots of lighters.
Do you light your joints with bottle openers?
Yeah, actually, I do.
That would be a trick.
Yeah.
That would be impressive.
It's like a flint. Like
Look at that.
During the .com era, we were having this big party at a Skagit.com firm I worked at, and we had all these Bellevue programmers that were up, and we like hit a milestone, and so they brought out a bunch of beer, and everybody's like, yeah, and so everybody grabbed a beer, but it was not a twist off, and all the Bellevue people were just stuck.
Yep.
Meanwhile, everybody from Skagit County, every one of us had a lighter for some reason. Don't smoke.
Yep.
But had a lighter.
Yep.
Popped open those beers and we were into them. And the people from Bellevue were just like, we're gonna
look at them work.
That's awesome.
Well, I remember thinking. I think I remember you telling me about that because you kind of made it known in my own head that upriver, the difference is they all open it up with a can of chew.
Yeah,
that's
right,
it's like it's not lighters up there, but it's still the same thing. They're still not going to be put out. They're going to still have their drinks.
Upriver technology is a thing.
Yeah,
upriver,
can
upriver
of snooze.
Yeah.
You don't want to hurt your lighter because that's what you use to light bottle rockets that you throw at cars.
Which could be a life or death thing.
Yeah, you got to be able to light it.
It's a matter of survival.
Yep.
That car's coming fast enough. You need to be able to light that bottle rocket.
Whip it at it. Uh-oh. It's just
how do you...
No. For those of you listening, my Corona is about to foam over around all this electronic equipment.
But because he's from upriver, he very quickly grabbed the Corona by the neck.
Yep.
He's got his thumb over it. It's popping up. He's releasing it, venting it ever so gently. And ladies and gentlemen, it's not overflowed. He hasn't lost a single drip.
Yep. Do you remember when that was the thing when everybody'd go by and hit your beer? Like if you had a bottle of beer.
Yeah. Wasn't that fun?
And it just explodes. But if you could hold your thumb on it, and the pressure would build up, you could save a beer.
Best friend fest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Well, okay. So Liz left us just you and me in a room.
We're gathered here today.
What do you bet that door's locked on the other side?
This isn't looking good for either one of us, I don't think.
Yeah. Well, we've got a window behind us, and we know that cat will at some point make an appearance. And I think we could put a letter in its collar or something.
Yeah, we could convince the cat to open the door.
Yeah.
Actually, who's ever convinced a cat to do anything?
Yeah.
This plan sucks.
Yeah.
Let's take inventory. What do we have to get out or survive?
Yeah, well...
We could eat some of these typewriters.
Yeah. We could probably blow on this horn long enough and somebody outside would hear us.
Do you know Morse code for clowns? Because this would...
Morse code for clowns. Yeah. That'd be a nightmare to have clowns come to your rescue. Like, you know what? I'm okay starving to death in the basement. We don't need the help.
That would be bad.
Yeah. Well, okay, so you've got a list over there by you.
I do.
Let's take a look at it.
She left this list for us. This is Shane and Jack's holiday episode.
Yeah. Oh, well, yes. Let's start with starting right now. Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah, happy holidays.
You're listening to the very first episode of Jack and Shane's holiday, what would you call it? Yuletide merriment.
Merriment. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yep.
And so just for the record, we are having an episode right now.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Manic.
What?
A manic episode. Yeah, this isn't real. This is actually happening in your basement and you're alone.
It's a manic episode.
Yeah.
Time to panic.
Yep.
About the manic.
That's right.
All right. So the first thing on the episode list, it appears, is we're going to discuss. I thought we'd start with a lot lighter subject, but we're going to actually talk about what's really affecting us and a lot of our friends, lead singer disorder.
Yeah. Yeah, we just tear the Band-Aid off right now and let's do it.
Okay.
So first thing we got to do is define lead singer disorder. What do we think that looks like?
Well, that's fantastic. I think some of the symptoms of lead singer disorder include a enlarged cranium.
Yeah. Big head.
Big head,
Yeah.
large head.
Yeah.
Um,
Can I tell you a secret?
mhm.
My head, many hats don't fit me because
Really?
my head's too big.
Really?
Yeah. It's,
Yeah.
so I may have that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like, do you have a 25-gallon hat, sir?
Yeah. Yeah. This is not going to be enough for me. A 10-gallon hat's not
Mm-mm.
nearly
Not-
enough. 25-gallon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tall and wide.
You know what I've done is, the Mets baseball player, the mascot.
Yeah. Yes.
He's got a hat
Yeah.
that fits me.
That's right.
And
And he-
so you just go to mascot
Yeah.
hat store.
Mascothats.com.
Yeah, and you
Yep.
can get a hat that'll fit you. So other than hats, having to shop at a special hat store, I really don't find having a large head to be a problem.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. No, it's great for all those Star Wars facts and stuff that I keep in there.
Exactly,
You know,
yeah,
more
yeah.
room for those.
And lots of people look at me, which I like.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
Stand
walk
out
into
in a
room.
crowd.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah. You walk into a room and people are like, "Whoa, look at that guy."
Yeah.
You're like, "That feels
It's
good.
huge.
That
yeah.
feels so good."
Yeah, it feels so good to be loved
Looking
by
at me.
everybody,
Yeah, yeah.
admiring my dome.
I know another. I do know another symptom:
Yeah.
inability to load gear.
Oh, big time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Like lead singer
Just like-
disorder.
In and then out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm here. I brought my big head.
Yeah. And
People are looking at me.
Yep.
Why do I need to load gear?
I'm not loading any gear.
Or
yeah.
unload.
Yeah,
Unload,
yeah,
load.
Yeah.
Neither one. It's
Yep.
like a get out of labor free
Yeah.
card just
Yeah.
because
Yep.
lead singing.
That's right. Well, drummers are known for their loading and unloading ability. I mean, they're just like
They're amazing.
They're,
at loading.
it is, yeah. I've never met one
Yeah.
who was just like didn't have a system, didn't just start tearing down right
Yeah.
when the show's over. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe not right when it's over, but you know what I mean.
Oh,
They're-
yeah.
they're getting stuff loaded. In
Oh
the
yeah,
van.
absolutely. And hypothetically, if you were to attempt to help,
Yeah.
not that I've ever done that, but if you were
Yeah.
to attempt to help,
Yeah,
you'll be curtly cut off.
right.
You're
there.
doing
Don't
it wrong.
unplug those.
Don't ever twist this
Yeah.
wing nut.
Yeah, those stay.
We'll never get it back to
Yep.
exactly right here.
Yeah, don't touch the drums.
It's like, yeah, they teach that in drum
Yeah.
class, in drum school.
Yeah, don't let lead singers touch the drum.
Don't do that. Which just reinforces the whole symptom of
Oh.
can't load gear.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, that's good to know. So we've got another one of those in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I personally, so I can take that one off because I don't mind the setup and tear down.
Oh, you don't?
I don't.
You
I
don't really?
don't. You know, Andy made it so much fun when we were in Whiskey Fever. He would always say, "Hey, guess what we have to look forward to later? Tear down." And oftentimes, tear down started to become a Sunday ritual. If the bar was cool,
yeah, I've noticed that about you guys, playing with you guys. You're all
Yeah.
like, no, we're not doing this tonight.
because Sunday's tear
Tomorrow.
down is so much fun.
Is it?
Oh, it's a blast because
It's
you
like-
get out there, and I always know it's going to happen. But
Really?
I convince myself it's not. I'm like, I'm just going to go out there. I'm going to get things tore down. Andy's going to be late. I'm going to have things in a pile and ready
Yep.
to go when he gets here. When he gets there, we're going to load it up. We're going to have one beer, and I'm going to go home.
It sounds like a lot of fun. Have you ever thought of selling tickets so people could come and
be part of teardown.
be part of it or just
Yeah.
witness it? I
Yeah.
don't know. Just drink
Well,
beer and watch you guys coil cords.
The last time we did teardown was a couple of weekends ago. It was after Fortune 500 and Nurhachi Halloween show
Halloween
at the
show.
Eagles.
Yeah,
and
yeah, absolutely.
Scott Story and I went to the Eagles. Andy said, we'll see you guys there at like 12:30 or noon or whatever. We
Mhm.
got there at
Mhm.
12:30 and started tearing down. Andy got there around 1, which was perfect because we had everything loaded or ready to load up. And so we got there at noon, and I got home that night at 11:30. No joke. We sat at the Eagles all day long. And I knew it was going to happen.
So
Uh,
so let's do the math to by the hour. If you got paid by the hour for
Yeah.
that particular gig, including the practice for the gig,
Yeah.
the setup, the travel time,
Yeah.
back out your gas and your wear and tear in your car and the oil changes and the windshield wipers and the rubber on your tires.
Yep.
And then you get an hourly rate for being there,
Yep.
and then an hourly rate for cleaning up and tearing down
Yeah.
and going home. You owe how much?
Yeah, we owe we definitely owe money because we weren't just sitting there drinking water, and we were there for a long time, and we had a tab the night before. So yeah, we didn't come out on top. I don't think. I mean, it felt great.
You know, when I listen to your music, I can definitely tell you're not in it for the money.
Yeah. Yes, you can.
I can feel that.
Yeah. when I recorded an album with Whiskey Fever, when we recorded with Jack and Dino,
Mhm.
at the end of it all, he was like, "Hey, you want me to make you some radio edits for some of these songs? You know, there's a lot of cuss words." I'm like, "Yeah, that'd be great." And then he sat there for a second. And he goes, "No one's gonna play this on the radio. Who cares?" I was like, "Yeah, thanks, man. You're right. I won't waste your time. You won't waste mine."
That's industry wisdom right
Yeah,
there.
this
Jack
isn't
and
getting
Dino.
played, dude.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Yeah. So, yeah, not necessarily in it for the money, and I don't think that you are either. But you know, I do see sometimes when you're behind that lector net, you know, and you're holding court, I can see now and again fire in one eye and a dollar sign in the other.
Exactly.
Eye that pops
Exactly.
up.
Yeah, it's not so much for the money, but just to have people look at your big head.
Yeah.
That's what I'm in
and
for.
the control. The control is nice too.
Control is good. Yeah,
it's better than money.
Like when you can point over there and say, "Hey, put your amp there."
Yeah.
And you're the lead singer, so people come to you and they go, "Where do you want the amps?" And you're like, over there.
Over there.
Or when the monitor guy comes up and says, "What do you want in your monitors?"
Yeah.
And it's like,
well,
if you only knew.
Yeah. Could I get the ball game?
Yeah, I'd like. Yeah.
I want to listen to the ball game while I'm up here.
Yeah, I'd like Ocean's 11 in the monitors.
Yeah, but once you go Ocean's 11, you're gonna have to go 12.
I never understood that question of what do you want in the monitors. I mean, I got a lot of sound friends. Maybe they can tell me what do you mean by that? Because it's like, well, I kind of want the band. I want the music in the monitors.
Do you use in-ears or do you use the I mean, I guess it probably depends on where you're playing.
I have in-ears.
Yeah,
I have in-ears, and I used them for a while. But you know, we played with Tommy Stinson recently.
Yes, yeah.
And he on stage warned all young musicians about in-ear monitors.
Yeah,
because in-ear monitors are fantastic. You can hear yourself really good, but in order for them to work, they have to be louder than the music around you, right? I mean, they've got to be pretty loud.
Yeah.
And Tommy's ears are destroyed from in-ear monitors.
I would say that can be damaging too, right? Because you just crank them up louder than you would if you didn't have them on.
Tends to be what I did was just cranked them up so I could hear, and you could hear fantastic, and you're like, this is great. But meanwhile, you're just
your ears are ringing when you get home. You're kind of defeating the purpose, right? Because the whole the point is to have a better mix in your ears and be able to hear clearly, and then if your ears are ringing when you get home, not so good.
Right, and the ones I had are older now, so maybe they've got some better ones that have noise canceling technology and whatnot in it. I don't know, but
and even noise canceling technology though it's not still not like protecting your hearing. It's just canceling out the noise around you. And so like I wear stuff like that at work, and you know I've been warned that like, hey, the earbuds that are noise canceling are just masking the sound, but it's still getting in there.
That's true.
Whereas like the ear muff ones are still earmuffs at the end of the day. If you turn them off, they're still covering your ears, so you're blocking out sound at least with the earmuffs. Yeah. And then when you turn off the noise canceling, it just, you know, it masks the sound outside. So at least it's not damaging with the earmuffs, but with the earbuds, you know, you're not really blocking out much of the sound. You're just kind of masking it.
Yeah, I would totally agree. You're listening to the Medical Advice Podcast.
That's right.
By Jack and yeah, I would say that's good medical advice.
Yes.
Do not count on that fancy sound canceling.
Yep.
Because you're right, it's just playing an inverse of the musical wave.
Yeah.
It's probably playing it pretty loud.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that it cancels it out.
Yeah.
So
yeah. So you heard it here first.
Yeah.
We're doctors.
We're pretty much.
We know some. Yeah.
And why do the science? Why spend all that time doing a controlled study when you can just come to a conclusion, bam, like that?
Yeah.
You know,
or you could just ask musicians.
Or you could just ask singers.
Yeah, we know.
Just ask a singer.
Yeah, that's why we got big heads, all that knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you need a shirt that says "Just Ask a Singer," we'll be selling those after the show, after the podcast.
That's right. All right, well, what do we got next? What else we got on that list?
Speaking of selling shirts, it's the holiday season, and here on number two topic that Liz has, she's got a number 2 A, B, and C, and she's interested in our thoughts on what were holidays like as a kid.
Yeah.
What are they like now, and what will they be like in the future?
Okay, well, why don't you go first? I mean, you tell me what holidays were like as a kid.
Holidays as a kid were a lot of fun. I loved the holidays as a kid. They were really neat. Because as a kid, you just had one or two places to go, right? You know, you woke up and ran downstairs or
Yep.
upstairs, depending upon the layout of your
House, yeah.
your mansion.
Yeah. Your elevator. Yeah. How many floors it went up. Yeah.
And you would tear open those presents, or in
Yeah.
my case, I live in a very frugal family,
Yeah.
and we weren't allowed to tear open.
Oh, yeah.
Christmas
because you wanted to
presents.
save the wrapping paper.
You got to save the wrapping. Exactly.
Yep.
So you very carefully take the tape off
Yeah.
with not tearing with the tape not tearing the wrapping paper, because
Yep.
then it would be ruined.
Yeah.
So you would very slowly, gingerly take the wrapping paper off,
Yeah.
and then you would go, "Oh, awesome, sugared cereal."
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah.
we'd get sugared
Yeah.
cereal for Christmas
Yeah.
back then. You didn't get it every day,
Yeah.
right? It was just
Well, mine sometimes would be, I would think, oh, awesome, sugared cereal, but it was actually just the box of cereal that they used to shove socks in, and you open it up and you're like, it's socks.
it's socks.
I thought this was going to be Captain Crunch.
Nope.
Oops, all berries.
Nope, you ate
No.
that last year.
Yes. Yeah, sorry. If
We've
you wanted
saved the
that,
box.
you would have, yeah.
The box has been saved,
Yeah.
much as the wrapping paper you might
Yeah.
notice was from last year too.
Now put those socks on and go out and stack wood.
That's right.
Yeah.
Happy
Merry
Christmas.
Yeah. So my birthday is in December,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's a bad.
so
sorry
I
about
would
that.
get
Real sorry.
yeah, hey, it's the way she goes. But I remember getting a birthday present. So I guess it might have been a Christmas present, but I just remember I get it. It was this cool thing. I was a kid. I was probably 6 or 7, and it was this like squirt gun that you put this like styrofoam hang glider over this tube, and you'd pump it up with air, and then you'd shoot that hang glider off the tube, and it would rain water down on your enemies over
That's
the top.
brilliant.
Aerial assault kind of thing.
That's brilliant.
It was very cool.
I
and-
never heard of that.
Yeah, well, so I was excited. I was like, I can't wait to shoot this. And my stepbrother was like, let's go do it outside right now. And it was wintertime. It was cold. So we load that thing up, and I shot it, or he shot it off the porch, and I watched it fly over and rain on the ice. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. I can't wait. He's like, go get it, and then you can shoot it. So I was running to get it, and I slipped on some ice, and I landed on top of that glider and snapped it right in half.
So your awesome Christmas
Yeah,
present
yeah.
lasted a grand total of an
A
hour.
second, not even an hour.
Not
It was
even an
one
hour.
shot. I didn't even get to shoot it. I just walked back crying, holding it. And he's like, well, Runt, I guess this is over. In the back of the
Lessons.
house. Yeah.
So you just got a really valuable lesson
Yeah,
for Christmas
yeah.
instead of something awesome.
Yeah.
Your friends would be the envy of you all year
Yeah.
long.
And I mean, getting a squirt gun in the wintertime, that's asking a lot of control of a kid.
That
'Cause, you
is.
know, like, hey, you can't even use this until summer rolls around.
Right.
So
well,
it was going to get broken before then anyway.
it probably would have.
Yeah. Should've
Well,
saved
good. What about actually before we do Christmases now, I want to move into when we got a little bit older
it. Mm-hmm.
and got married, all of a sudden things changed from 1 or 2 places a day
Yeah. Yeah.
to more like 4 to 10,
yeah.
where you had to go see some friends, you got
Yep.
to go to some parties, you got to
Yep.
go to your families,
Yeah.
your significant others' families.
Yeah.
And that's when I started calling it Stressmas.
Yes. I was just talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep.
What happened there?
Well, Laura and I were talking about how holidays, it's nice when you can just commit to one place.
Yeah.
Because you can just dig in wherever you're at. Like, hey, I'm going to eat some food. I'm going to sit in this chair. I'm going to watch this football game, or I'm going to watch this movie,
Yeah.
or play a board game, but you're there.
Yeah, I'm going to have sugared cereal in my new socks.
That's right. And I'm not going anywhere.
Mm-mm.
So you're right. Stressmas is a thing because you got to go to all these places
Yeah.
to just show that you're there. And
Yeah.
I think even the people that are there are a little bit stressed too.
Sure. They're
Because
totally
they have
stressed.
to host, right?
Yeah,
and
they're
like all
totally
these people are
stressed.
coming over, and so
And,
it's,
and they're saying things like, can you believe your brother came yesterday and he's not coming today?
yeah, yeah,
That's a bummer. That's
Yeah.
stressful for them
Yep.
because now the brother has somehow like arranged a pecking order of
Yeah.
importance to
Yeah.
family members.
yep.
And
Have you been talking to my sister? Because I think I'm that brother.
oh, are you?
Yeah, I think I'm the problem. I know I am. I'm the one of the family that's like, I don't want presents. I don't want to be part of that because I already got too much stuff. My garage is just full of stuff, and I just don't want more. And so,
I think that makes you a good person.
well, I think so too. I like food. I love getting together
Yeah,
for dinner.
yeah.
That's just like, that's awesome.
Yeah. Do you need socks?
Well, actually, that's funny because as you get older, you realize how good of a gift socks are.
No kidding,
Because
right?
they get holes
kidding,
in
right.
them, and warm socks are
Yeah.
so nice. And
I'm wearing dirty socks right now.
Yeah.
Are you?
yes, I am.
Well, there you go. See?
Yeah, but they feel great still.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, mine are,
I got no problem with
Carhartt,
it.
yeah.
Nobody said a thing about it all day
Yeah,
long.
they don't smell bad. If they don't smell bad, they're
No.
not dirty.
You think we're still on topic?
Ish.
What do you think Liz would think if she was here right now? Would she be thinking
I
this
think
is a
she'd-
great idea or what?
I think she understands that this is what she's gotten herself into. She put us in a room with mics and then gave us a loose list of topics, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
That we didn't even have to stay with. But I am glad that you said that about Stressmas, because I feel that same way.
Yeah.
That it's just like that. I had never really thought about why the holidays don't feel so magical or warm until maybe you said that like there's just way too much adult stuff to do. That's like I
Yeah.
don't even think any of us really want to do.
Yeah, and you think too that you got to think back and give our parents credit for making it look so simple and
Yeah.
easy to us.
For sure.
And now it's on us to make it look simple, easy, and fun and
Yeah.
carefree for the next generation,
Yeah,
as well as safe, because you can't just be giving people squirt guns in December
that's right.
that rain water down on their enemies.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know, actually, that could be a thing too, because if you rain water down on your enemies in the wintertime, that water will become ice on the ground.
And it can
And that will
slip.
slip,
Yeah.
yeah. So-
But if you're a kid, you can take a good slip in the
yeah,
snow.
no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You give it to me now and I slip in the snow, I'm out of
something's
work for a
breaking.
month.
Yeah, something's
Yeah.
tearing or breaking.
Tearing or breaking, yeah. And I'm going to meet my deductible.
Yeah,
And that causes more
Oh,
stress.
Yeah, stress miss. Yeah, we should just start, holing up month of December. Maybe Thanksgiving, to
Yeah,
December,
just
just hibernate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have any advice to anyone who's undergoing Stressmas this holiday season? What would you give as advice? Because you've been through this before. You've done
Yeah,
this.
man, I would say this is what I would do, because this is what I do. Reserve Christmas Day for yourself, doing whatever you want to do. Do your family Christmases or whatever on those days that you have to do them. If it's the Saturday before, like my family kind of gets together the Saturday before Christmas. And then on Christmas Day, you just stay in your pajamas, stay in the house.
Yeah.
Have something cooking all day that you can smell. Watch the movies, do whatever you want to do, but just, I think don't leave the house on Christmas is as good as it gets.
I think that's good advice. I think
Even if
really
it's
good
somebody
advice.
else's house that you're there, like maybe you traveled there, and you've been there for a bit, but just stay the whole day.
Well, I think it's great advice, because even though I said earlier, like somebody may say, "Oh, can you believe your brother didn't come today?" In reality, if they do get guests spread out over time, it's better. They're gonna like that better, even if they're wrapped up in the fervor of Christmas, and they do believe for some reason it's important to have everybody together in one place at one time.
Yeah.
They don't really think that when it's happening, right?
Yeah.
They got
Yeah.
less time to talk to you.
Yeah,
They
they're
gotta talk
cleaning
to
the
you.
dishes, they're making sure the food's getting out.
Nobody's talking to nobody anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's just best for everybody to spread that out.
yeah, agreed.
And in fact, why limit it to holiday season?
Yeah.
Right? Let's go visit our loved ones
yeah.
all the time, except for Christmas.
Agreed, man. You're striking all of the same, topics that I've always thought, like, why we got to do all these things when we're told, hey, you eat turkey and stuffing on Thanksgiving. And
Yeah.
that's when you do it. The
Right.
meal is already decided for you. You have to go and buy these things from the store.
Right.
When the line is huge, they're all buying the same thing. You
Yep.
better get it right on time.
It's all costing more because
Yep.
everybody wants the same thing. They want
Yep.
turkey on Thanksgiving. They want Christmas
Yep.
ham.
Yep.
So it's going to be double.
Yep.
Why not get ham in April? Oh
Yeah.
no, that's probably a Easter thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
Anyway,
Easter ham, yeah.
Tofu. Get
Yeah.
tofu in April.
Do something different.
Yeah.
I knew a family upriver, and they always had pizza on Thanksgiving, and I thought that was so cool because on Thanksgiving I always secretly kind of thought pizza sounded good.
Pizza
It's
sounds great.
always good.
And they're
you
running
know?
it on sale.
Yeah,
40% off
exactly,
pizza.
Exactly, it's cheap and it's so easy to clean up.
You're listening to Your Money Matters, the podcast with Shane and Jack.
One of the many.
Well, so I think that's we talk about now. So
Mhm.
it was a little
Yeah.
while ago and now.
Yes.
That's pretty much now, right?
Yes.
We're right. Both you and I sounds like we're converting Stressmas back into Relaxmas.
Yes. Yep.
Right?
Yep. That,
Which-
I think that's a good thing for everybody.
I think it's a good, yeah, good advice. Good
Yeah.
advice, Jack. Okay, what about the future? She said, what's Christmas going to look like in 30 years from now?
Well, I'd imagine we all will decorate our uniforms that we'll be forced to wear. No, I'm just kidding. We won't be forced to wear uniforms. There'll be a mushroom cloud and none of us will be around.
It'll be more like
Yeah.
space suits.
Yeah, space miss.
Space miss.
Yeah.
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 Well, and
I got to drive all the way to Uranus today and go to a party after I get out of Neptune.
Well, I think it's going to be a lot like based on our earlier story about in-ear monitors. It's going to be like, I said Merry Christmas.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. It's just
What?
yeah, be
It's going to be
a
pretty
bunch
much
of deaf people.
What?
Yeah. Future Christmases or future holidays, I suppose we should say. We're saying Christmas, but we mean holidays because there's a lot of holidays.
Very good point.
And
Very good point.
and they all
Some people don't even do Christmas.
yeah, exactly. And that's cool too, I think.
Of course it is.
But as far as the future goes, I don't know. Wouldn't it be nice to see a return to a little bit more of a just, hey, my dad always told me that Christmas, you're lucky for Christmas if you're warm, if you have food, and you have family. And that, like those three, right?
Do you know who has it down pat?
Who's that?
Quinn Thompson.
I bet.
Quinn
Tell me
Thompson.
what he does.
Quinn Thompson makes gifts for
Yeah.
people.
Yes, agreed. That is the ultimate.
And not only is the gift itself super rad because
Yeah.
it's a work of art and he's really good at that.
He's great at it.
But he's donating his time to you. You've
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
some time.
totally.
It wasn't a part of like, I went on Amazon and I got a dopamine rush by putting something in my cart and clicking
Yeah.
buy now.
Yeah. And then it was here.
And then it was here, and I was like, "Who did I get this for?" Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got it for Jack. That's
Yeah.
right. Jack likes these, and then so it's like instead of that, it's like somebody just spent
yeah. Some
whatever
time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
3
And
hours
it's
making this for you.
Personal. It's one of a kind.
It's one of a kind, personal. Yeah.
What would you say you would make for somebody if you were to make something? I mean, because we're artists, but we're songwriters, so that's harder to like. It's not something you can just
I know.
hand into
I
a
know.
box.
And
you know?
just think of how long it would take to make a pair of socks.
Yeah. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, and they wouldn't
Wow.
be good. Not at all.
Yeah, no, I don't necessarily have that knack, but
Yeah.
I sure do appreciate Quinn and other people like Quinn who are able to give some. Holly's the same way. My wife
Yeah.
Holly, she'll make things for people.
Well, so that's another thing too. If you can't make something, you can always support artists and buy something for somebody from
Bingo.
an artist, right? Like
There you
a
go.
painting.
Now
you
we're
know, like,
talking.
that's still giving somebody art that was made by somebody
That's
local.
a twofer.
Yeah.
That's a twofer because you're supporting the artist
Mhm.
and you're giving somebody a unique, one of a kind, local probably.
Yep.
Even if it's not geographically local, it's somehow local to your interest.
Yeah. I've been meaning to talk to my dad about this, and I'll get around to it sometime. But I think him and I are very similar when it comes to birthdays and holidays. We're like, what do we get the other person? We want to show that we care, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he's already like, hey, I got a lot of stuff. And I'm like, I got a lot of stuff. And our garages are full, right? And so I had this idea that why not just always agree on it can only be a book. It could be an album, on vinyl or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe like a movie, physical copy.
Yeah.
Because you never go into somebody's house and be like, man, they have too many records. Or man, they have too many books. Like
Right,
books,
yeah.
having too
Yeah.
many books and too many records and too many movies is a good thing.
That's true.
I mean, just because you love seeing somebody's library and owning physical media is a good thing right now.
Yeah.
Because,
Yeah.
you have it, you can hold it. And if the grid goes down, you can still listen to your records.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, unless you don't have power. But that being said, like, I think that those are great gifts. They're inexpensive. And say with my dad, he could say, here's a record that I grew up and I loved, and I want you to have this record, and I bought it for you, and now I have a piece of my dad. I can understand him a little bit more because of the record he gave me or the book that influenced him as a young man or something,
Yeah.
I think those are good gifts, and they're relatively inexpensive, and they look good on display in your house.
I think so too. Absolutely. Even if you're not listening to them, it makes
You look smarter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
people see your books and they're like, "Why, you've read all those?" I'm like, see those two over there that say "Where's Waldo 1 and 2"? I've read those. Everything past that, no, they just kind of look good. I listened to them all on audiobook.
Secrets to your success.
That's right. So
I love it.
we've covered a few things like what
Yeah.
good holiday gifts are like,
Mhm.
how to make holidays special again,
Yep.
what to do on Christmas Day, and what not to do. I think we did pretty good.
I think
We didn't
did.
really cover the future. The future, I think we're not. If you're practicing, Buddhism, you're not even supposed to really think too much about the future. You're supposed to live in the now. So I think we could just say, don't think about Christmas future. Just think about right now.
There you go. That's
Yeah.
not a bad way to look at it either.
The
Yeah.
moment.
Yeah. All right. She wrote down for the next topic, Best Friends Hour. But I think she meant Best Friend Fest.
Yes. Yeah.
Best Friend Fest.
Yeah.
So
there was one of them.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Close to one of them.
Yeah, it was.
We had Quinn and I.
Yep, and then it was supposed to be me and Dusty.
Yeah.
But Dusty didn't show up. He was doing something that day. I'm sure it was important. And
I know it was important.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he was really sad. I remember him talking about how sad he was.
Yeah. Yep. I think. If I remember right, he was for a while he was working as an executioner for the court, and so his workload was full. He'd kind of been slacking. So
and it's not something you can put off a day. It's not like you can go, I'm sorry, I'm calling in sick today.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, John Wayne Gacy's walking around living for another
and
day.
It's on you.
Yeah.
So he had to do a lot in one day, and I remember it takes its toll on him. Not emotionally, but like the actual switch is pretty heavy.
Sure.
He has some like golfer's elbow or tennis elbow from that. So
you get that.
I think he was resting that day.
Well, yeah, that's why we'll let him off.
Yep.
But
yeah,
Best Friend Fest. We gotta follow up and do another. We were talking about going to a luchador wrestling match.
Yes. Oh,
what's
totally.
wrong with that idea?
Nothing is wrong with that idea because I think that is something we'll get Dusty out of the house for, no doubt.
That's true.
He's not. Yeah. Even if he has a full workload of executions to do, he's going to be amped up.
Well, you know what I'm thinking is there's got to be a way to do that job remotely now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Totally.
You know,
an app.
He's probably got an app.
Yeah, he's got an app. Hang on, guys. I really quick.
Wait 1 second.
Yeah, I'm gonna come back and watch the match. I just got to hit this button here, and then it just shows like a little electric chair lighting up or something.
Yeah. And you get some gems that go blink, 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 and you're like, 5 new gems. Yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. He's got points. Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So in his world, when you lose a life, it's actually good.
Yeah. Yeah. He's getting those points that he can spend on, all sorts of different little avatar clothing that he can put on his executioner avatar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mariner's shirt,
like a 6-legged electric chair, which is cool. Those are awesome.
Yeah. You never know when you're gonna need to do like 3 idiots at once. Like if you were gonna fry Nurhachi, right?
Right.
You'd have to get one of those chairs that 6 legs can be in. And then just pull the switch and get all 3.
What about like maybe you make like some sort of squirt gun arrangement and it just rains down like poison on your enemies?
Oh, well, I think we have those.
Do we?
Yeah,
What are they called?
I think that they used them a lot in Vietnam. And
yeah.
Yeah.
This is taking a turn.
Yeah. Well, maybe we won't go that way. This is Best Friends Fest.
Well, it is a holiday season episode.
Yeah. So
well,
maybe we stay away from Agent Orange and Napalm talk for the remainder.
Okay, let's make that a rule. Like maybe we don't talk about Agent Orange much anymore. Except there's a cool band.
Yeah, totally.
Mike Palm.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, we can talk about Agent Orange, the band.
Okay, I'll talk about Agent Orange, the band.
Do.
One day, me and my roommate, we both worked at the same store up in Bellingham in the mall.
Yeah.
And we sold video cameras and TVs and stuff like that. Well, Agent Orange was coming to town.
Yeah.
And we had been planning it for months. They were going to play Speedo Tubbs in Bellingham. And Johnny Cat's band Game for Vulture was going to open for him. So we were very excited about this. Of course, Agent Orange is one of our most favorite bands.
Yeah.
So I had the day off. Tony went to work.
Yep.
He came home that night. He's like, "You'll never believe this. Guess who came into the store?" I'm like, "Who?" Mike Palm from Agent Orange, the singer.
Sweet.
And he said he needed a part for his video camera.
Oh.
And we don't sell the parts. So Tony opened up a brand new video camera, stole the part.
Nice.
Stole the part.
Yep.
And then he didn't give it to Mike Palm. He sold it to him for $19.95, which Mike Palm happily paid because he needed it. He was in a bind.
Yeah. Yep.
And then Tony wrote it up internally in our system. He wrote it up as an extended warranty. So it gave him points on his extended warranty conversions.
Man.
But anyway, sorry. So that was my Agent Orange story.
Yeah, we can talk about those all day.
They're actually playing again.
Where?
Around. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just saw them in my social media feed. They're back at it.
Well, let's talk about that for a second. I love when bands get back together. How do you feel about it? Like
I love it.
I just think it's great when bands get back together after a long, absence.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was thinking like you're ruining a good thing with Fanny Alger. You guys got to break up for a while.
We've discussed it just to see if we can, if
Yep.
you need that boost in popularity.
Yeah.
It's always there. If people stop coming to the shows,
Yeah.
we will do that. We'll probably,
And then
or,
the
I don't know.
problem is people aren't stopping coming to the shows. It seems like it seems like there's more of them now.
Well, thank you, Jack. That went right to my big head.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it balloon size so your headphones fly off.
Ooh, won't that be nice?
Yeah, pow.
No, yeah.
But stagnant water, right?
Stagnant Water got back together.
Yeah, that was a cool
Absolutely.
reunion. And how long had it been since you guys had played? Like since the last time you played officially as a band that was playing in gigs to when you had your first reunion?
We stopped playing together in like 1994,
Mm-hmm.
and then somewhere in the 2000s, I'm gonna guess like 2010, something like that, we played a benefit show.
Oh, okay.
We got
Yeah.
together for a benefit show
Cool.
and put on a show to play, and that was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then we didn't do it again till
Till band
till
camp.
Jason Potbelly from the band Potbelly.
Yeah.
He put us on a history of Northwest hardcore.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he put us on a CD, and then he asked us to play the CD release party.
Oh, cool. Where was that at?
It was at Tony V's in Everett.
Oh,
we
rad.
played with a killer metal band called Coven. I don't know if you
Cool.
ever remember them.
No, that's
Anyway, yeah,
cool.
they were great. So we got together for that to play the CD release of that,
Yeah.
and so totally credit Jason Potbelly for
Okay,
getting
yeah.
Stagnant Water back together through the last 25, 26.
Well, now
or
tell me this.
23, 22, or 4, 25.
If you could get one local band back together for one show, all history of Skagit, Whatcom music, this area, I guess, one band that you could see come back together for one night to do one show, who would it be?
Probably Gravel.
Gravel. Tell me about Gravel. Who was in Gravel?
Gravel was Brian Elliott, Brian Elliott's the common thread between the beginning of Skagit County punk rock till today.
Okay.
Brian Elliott's from Anacortes.
Yeah.
He first played in a band called The Spoiled.
Okay.
And one of the people who came to see The Spoiled play was Calvin Johnson, who later went on to start Beat Happening and the K Records
Cool.
label.
Very cool.
K Records label, out of Olympia, influenced many, many, many musicians,
Yeah.
including Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, for sure.
And Calvin told me when I was doing the research for the History of Skagit Punk show,
Mm-hmm.
he said that absolutely that seeing Brian Elliott play in Anacortes influenced and inspired Calvin to do his thing.
Cool.
So if you
Yeah.
follow I like to say, and maybe I'm being a little over the edge here, but I don't think so, that this show that happens in Anacortes
Yep.
with The Spoiled inspires Calvin, who inspires Kurt Cobain, who changes the world.
Right.
Right.
That is wild.
You can really
The
trace
catalyst.
that directly
Yeah.
back.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that
Man,
cool?
it's
and we're
very
lucky
cool.
to live here, and
Totally.
we're really lucky to live here, and we all know it. We
Yeah.
all say that. We keep saying it, but
Yeah.
it's like, no, we're really, really special. Not just a little special.
Agreed.
Really,
And I think
special.
that's also a good message to put out to anybody that's making music or making art or doing anything on the
Correct.
local level, because you just don't know who you're going to influence.
No.
Maybe you won't see the fame and the glory and the lights, but you might be the thing that sets it off.
I agree.
And I think that's cooler.
I agree, and I think all of those people were doing it with all the people I just listed off. All of them were doing it without any regard whatsoever
Mm-hmm.
to getting paid for it, to getting notoriety for
Yeah.
it. They were all like driven to do it.
Yeah, it had to come out.
And if they
Yeah.
were trying to do it for fame or notoriety or money,
Yeah.
they would have done it differently.
Yeah.
Because nobody's going to do it like
Like
The
that.
Spoiled did it,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
Gravel
Yeah.
did it,
Yeah.
or Kurt did it,
Yeah. And
Uh,
expect to get paid.
and expect to
yeah.
get paid.
Yeah. Yeah. Or to get notoriety.
I heard an interview with Mudhoney, and they were talking about how when they got the front for they got signed to I can't remember which record company. Anyway, they got signed to a major label.
Yeah.
And they said, here's your advance to make the record.
Yeah.
So they got I don't remember the number exactly, but let's say they got $300,000 to make the record.
Yeah.
They went to Egg Studios, same place Stagnant Water recorded our first record. We paid $800 for our first record.
Yeah.
And they did something similar. They spent $30,000 on their record.
Yeah.
And they divided up the rest of the money and they all bought houses in Seattle.
Hell yeah.
And he said, all of our influences, they never made any money.
Yeah, they didn't.
What made us think we were going to make money?
Yeah.
We knew it wasn't going to sell like hotcakes. And if it did, we would have considered that a failure.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought
That's
was pretty
genius.
fun. So now here they
Yeah.
are 20 years later, and
Yeah.
they all have, whatever, even if it's a 1-bedroom house, it's
They
a
have
$2
it.
million
They
house.
own it. Yeah.
And,
that's smart.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Those guys are very smart.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, because you're a fellow musician. I hear a lot, because we were talking about giving advice to people that hey, you know what, just because you're local doesn't mean what you're doing doesn't matter or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think about, I see a lot of musicians giving advice to the youth and saying, hey, keep at it, keep making that art, and I think that's great. But do you ever think that advice should just be given all around to not even the youth? Because I think about an old man.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That old man could start picking up a guitar and start writing
Absolutely.
songs, and those are just as important because that old man has had so much experience.
Yeah.
And he views life in his own unique way.
Mhm.
And there's a lot of cracks in his windshield
Yeah.
throughout the years. The way he views the world is through those cracks in his windshield. And maybe he's never thought about making that art because I'm too old, because we put this we put this spotlight on being young. And it is cool. We all like watching the young artists come up, no doubt.
No, that's a super, super good point. That it's not really it's a no-brainer for kids, for us to encourage kids to play music.
Yes.
And to get them interested in it because they don't have currently an interest in it. But your point is well taken, that people of all ages, of all backgrounds, have something to contribute. Even if they've never done it before, maybe they've thought about it, maybe it just came to their mind.
Yeah.
There's that. Of course, the story where Colonel Sanders never started making chicken until he retired.
Wow,
that's when he started making chicken.
No kidding.
And he's one of my favorite musicians.
Yeah, yeah, he is pretty good.
He made some hits, spicy
finger licking hits.
Hits.
Yeah, original recipe.
Oh,
yeah.
No, so it's never too late to get started playing music.
Whatever,
Absolutely.
even if it's not music, even if it's art or if it's writing or whatever it is that satisfies your soul. And that is your way of leaving something behind. Yeah. I think just don't wait any longer. Just do it. Just try it out. There's no risk involved. And I think that if you tell yourself, well, I'm not young, and so I'm too old to start learning this thing, you're wrong. But you're also right, because if you convince yourself that, you're probably not going to do it. So stop believing that
100%.
And just do it.
I think that's absolutely, because if every single person listening to this podcast right now, it has an inquisitive mind and they're into art and learning new things. Yep. They are absolutely qualified to create themselves.
Yep.
And it's time to just start. Just do it.
Yeah. That's what I think about your song, I Want to Be Old, right?
Yeah.
That's a killer song. I love that song. And there's plenty of songs about being young, but there's not enough about the good things about being old. Pretty girls holding the door open. I remember hearing that thinking, that does sound awesome. I can't wait.
Can't wait to get old.
Pretty girls are going to hold the door open for me, and
low expectations. Yep. People are going to bring you food all the time.
I'm gonna have a blanket on my lap.
Put a blanket in your lap. What would it be like to have a blanket in your lap all day?
Absolutely.
It'd be nice.
Yeah, so I think that I think it is important to make sure that the younglings are doing their part to create and tap into that. But also, I think there's a lot of people that are unsatisfied in their life that are older. And I think that they would be happier if they found that thing that they can leave something behind.
It's very insightful. It's very insightful because they know everybody's done it. Everybody's created something, whether it was whether they made a funny joke to their friend, whether they made a really good meal for a friend, or some cookies. Yeah. Everybody knows the rush of creating something out of nothing. Yeah. And then sharing that.
Yeah, even if it's
active
something you just
sharing
put
it.
on the fridge. For a while at
Yeah.
work, we have lumber crayons because we work with wood, and so I don't know why, but I just got really into drawing pictures of Neil Young with lumber crayons, and I liked the way it felt. I'd get done like, that's another great picture of Neil, and that's just like I've got all these pictures of Neil Young that I draw with lumber crayons, and I'm like, you know what? Someday somebody's gonna find these, because I've never told anybody about it. They're just gonna find all these weird pictures of Neil Young that I've drawn with a crayon. But I'm like, hey, you know what? If that's what I leave behind, that's great. People just skip over the music and say, hey, you should see his Neil drawings. That's still pretty cool, right?
That would be cool. Wouldn't that
Yeah.
be great if that's what you become known for?
This is my Neil drawings.
love it.
Hey, you should see some of them. They're good.
Yeah,
I'll send you a
I
Neil.
believe it.
Yeah,
I wanna
hey,
see 'em.
Maybe
Yeah.
that'll be your Christmas present. One piece of art. Yeah.
Whoa, that would
Neil.
be great.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Look forward to it. Okay.
Yeah, very insightful.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
What else we got on there?
radio stories.
Yeah, let's talk
reminisce
radio.
about the radio. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about the radio waves? First of all, are they good for you? Radio waves.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
think that the way I live my life, it can't be any worse than,
Yeah.
what I dump in my body on a regular basis.
I bet you're probably right.
Yeah.
When I watch like a TV show on Netflix,
Yeah.
what I'm seeing through there can't be any worse than FM
Yeah.
or AM radio
Agreed.
waves.
Yeah, I agree. And I like that both of us were drawn to the radio at some
Yeah.
point,
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
'cause
Why
you
were you drawn to the radio?
Well, so the same thing. So I started at KSVR also through the college.
Yeah.
And when I was probably 19 or
Mhm.
something, whenever I went there. And mainly that was like, oh, this class looks interesting and fun, and the other ones don't. So I was just like, well, I'm going to go to radio class. But plus, it's just like I love music, right? I love music, and I love talking about music. And
Yeah.
so where are you going to do
Yeah.
that? The
Yeah.
radio.
Did you listen to a lot of radio when you were a kid?
Yes. Yeah,
Did-
for sure.
What stations?
Well, I listen. It depends, right? Because it depends on your parents. When
Mm,
you're a real, like when you're a little kid, right?
Yeah,
You don't have control
yeah.
of the radio,
Right.
So
Totally.
so they're controlling the radio, and it's very funny how my mom, she grew up listening to all the '70s AM gold, right? And
Mhm,
so I just did a radio show about that this
Yep.
last week because it was her birthday. But anyway, so I listened to a lot of that, right? But
Yeah.
then she got married and moved to Concrete when I was 4 or 5. And it seemed like everybody in Concrete, everybody was listening to 90s country, right? Like, it's just like,
Sure.
that's all.
That was what was on.
That's what people were listening
That's
to.
right. Yeah.
So I heard a lot of that. But then my dad, I'd go visit him, and he was, my dad listened to a lot of old but new music also. He kept, he kept listening to the new stuff and bringing that in also. So I just remember, he would listen to the end, in the 90s, 107.7, the end, and so I'd get a lot of cool new music that way. But then he'd also throw it back to some classic rock. But I listened to whatever was on the radio, and I had control. I just went through the stations. I didn't have one station I liked. Upriver, you didn't get many, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Right.
There just wasn't
right.
there wasn't a ton. But when I'd stay at my dad's house in Everett, I would scroll through just all the radio stations, and just listen to the radio. I just liked everything, kind of.
Do you remember when you got your own radio?
Yeah.
And you could control
Yep.
what kind of music you listened to?
Absolutely. I do. And my dad was the one who gave it to me.
Oh, has he?
Yeah, he
Nice.
was just like, you got to have a radio. Like, a boy's got to have one.
How old
know?
do you figure you were?
Oh, I was probably 9 or 10,
Yeah. Yeah.
And he also got me my first CD player. And it was cool because he always let me listen. Like, he said, I had limited TV time for a while. It's just like, you're not watching TV all day. He's like, those records over there, you can listen to all of them. You can listen to those CDs all day long, as loud as you want. As long as he's not asleep or something,
Yeah. Right.
And so, like, I listened to a lot of music in his house. I mean, when I was a kid, his CD collection was open. So, I remember being like 4 or 5 and listening to Carl Perkins and just loving it. He had a Billboard 50s, CD or whatever. So it was Little Richard and Fats Domino, Chuck Berry, all this stuff that it's just like, it's so accessible at any age. That kind of music is just...
Absolutely. So your dad turned you on to a lot of the early music.
Yeah, he laid it out for me. Like, it was
Yeah.
almost like the history of rock and roll. It went along with my age, right?
Yeah,
Like, because the Beatles came in, and it's like the Beatles are so accessible also for a
Sure.
kid, but there's parts of the Beatles that aren't. And so, like, obviously the pop hits, a kid's going to love those, but then you get older, and I just remember hearing my dad singing along to I Need a Fix 'Cause I'm Going Down. And I'm just like, what? Oh, happiness is a warm gun. Like, okay, there's something else going on here. And so, he he helped usher in that music at the right time of my life. And I just remember him getting Jimi Hendrix and coming back to the car with a Jimi Hendrix CD that was still in the wrapper. And I asked what CDs he'd got. I was sitting in the truck when he came out, and he's like, "This one, you're not going to understand till later." And he put it in the center console and he left it in the wrapper, and I'd always check in there and it would always be wrapped because I'm like, I got to know what's on there, you know? And then when I turned like 16 or 17 or something, he gave me that CD for my birthday, the one that was still wrapped up. And I was just like, well, you were right. I would not have understood this as a kid, but I do now.
Oh, that's
and,
awesome.
you know, because I was a
That's
teenager with an electric guitar, and then he gives you Hendrix, and it's just like, yeah, I get it. But
that's better than any Christmas gift, is the gift
Totally.
of a genre of music, or just the gift of being able to explore music like that.
Yeah, totally.
Which DJs, circling back to radio, which
Yeah.
DJs give to their listeners,
Yes,
right? They're
yes.
they're curators of this
Yeah.
music, and they're going to play you something that you haven't heard before.
Yep.
And they turn you on to this, and so your dad was effectively being a DJ by giving you this other
Totally.
And record stores back in the day, you'd go into a record store. There was a great there was a really good record store in Mount Vernon called Tape Town.
Yeah.
And the guy behind the counter, he was always like, "You got to check this out.
Yeah.
You got to check this out. Have you
Yeah.
heard this?"
Yes.
And the idea of being a curator of music, I think that's what's really cool about your radio show, is you're playing it for people that may
Totally.
have not heard this particular
And
cut
it's not
before.
corporate radio, right? So it's
Right.
not like there's a approved playlist that you can play these songs, and you got to just play from this list.
Yeah,
You know,
totally.
Whereas, and that definitely is the way it is now with most radio
Yeah.
stations, whereas it used to not be, right?
Yeah.
You could find radio shows where it was the guy was playing, you trusted in his or her, musical knowledge and what their catalog, right? What
Yeah.
they played for you. Like, hey, man, this is a trusted source of good
Yeah.
music.
Yeah, I was just talking to to Wedge Michaels, who
Yeah.
actually no, I wasn't talking to him. I was listening to him on Liz's show.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, he was a AM radio disc jockey on KBRC here in
Okay.
town
Yeah.
for many years, and he was just talking to Liz about how he couldn't, when he showed up, he couldn't play like the Eurythmics
Yeah.
on there,
Yeah.
Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. That's
Yeah.
just too racy.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, that's
No.
not good. So you got, when it started to become real corporate in the 80s, and it was like
Yeah.
these playlists that were handed down from corporate headquarters, and then
Yeah.
of course radio. Oh, interesting. It fell out of popularity soon after the people in the corporate headquarters started
Yeah.
calling the shots. Isn't that ironic?
Yeah, how that works every
Yeah.
time. What drew you to the radio station to do a show? Because you were at KSVR, correct?
Yeah, I was at KSVR. Same thing. I grew up listening to radio as a
Yeah.
kid. I loved it. I listened to like KBRC was the big
Yeah.
deal when I was a kid. They
Yeah.
played that AM Gold stuff was
Yeah.
the hits at
Yeah.
those days. The
Yeah.
Bee Gees and
Yep.
Baby Come Back and
Yeah.
Horse with No Name and all that.
Oh, I
and
love it. Yeah.
Jerry Steamer, our keyboard player, he has a word for it. He actually became the morning host on KBRC himself as well. So
Yeah.
we had a lot of radio in our band.
Yeah.
But he calls it comfort music.
Yeah.
Like comfort food.
Yeah.
You go that food
Totally.
that gets you through the
Yep.
hard times or whatever.
Yeah.
Comfort music. Anyway,
Yeah.
so I listened to like Don Wick and then Wedge Michaels. They
Yeah.
were great DJs. And then when I was in 1980, 79, 80, 81, right around there, a new radio station started in Seattle called KYYX,
Okay.
The Wave.
Yeah.
And they played new wave music.
Cool.
They played Oingo Boingo and
Yeah.
Devo and Adam and the Ants and
Yeah.
Romeo Void and
Yeah.
Soft Cell and Human League and the English Beat, and just that music was brand
Yeah.
new back then. I
For
mean, it's
sure.
very, very old and
But it was
antique
new
now.
wave then.
But it was new wave, and there was
Yeah.
nothing like it, and it had it was just like wow, and these DJs were something else. They had
Yeah.
bits that they did in between where it wasn't just the music, but they would have comedy bits, and they were
Yep.
just really smart and funny people, and they would be curators of this music that you never heard before, and they
Yeah.
And so I was a huge fan of radio. And then we went into high school. In Mount Vernon High School, we had a radio program.
Oh, cool.
Mark Pearson started that radio program.
Okay.
And so we put on a show every week called Thursday Night Live. And so
Cool.
the kids were responsible for soup to nuts.
Yeah.
Soup to nuts. We did everything. We
Yeah.
sold the radio ads.
Yeah.
So we would, we would get out of school for an hour a day. Back then, open campus, you'd get into
Yeah.
one kid's car and you'd drive down to the net drive-in and sell them a $15 spot.
Yeah.
And you'd go to the Chuck Wagon, sell them a $15 spot. Go to Coast Hardware, sell them a $15 spot. And then you'd
Sweet.
have whatever,
Yeah.
we'd have like $300 to do the radio show.
Yeah.
And then the kids would also write the advertisements,
Cool.
produce the advertisements,
So it's a real production.
a real full-on production. And then there were variety skits that we would
Cool.
do throughout it, So
Yeah.
and then news. There would be a
Yep.
local news and what's happening at the high school that week, and
Totally.
then we would put that show on. And
Yeah.
there would be one person that was a DJ,
Yep.
and it was also on KBRC. And then we'd play music, do our
Man,
news,
that's
do
killer.
our sports, do our
Yeah.
the advertisements.
Yep.
And so I cut my teeth on that, and me and Tim Fisher from
Yep.
Fanny Elger as well. We were radio nerds. You'd find us in that radio booth.
Yeah.
Pretty much, we ate our lunch in there.
Yeah.
We
It's so cool
oh,
though.
yeah.
I mean, just nerddom in general. Just when you're a nerd about something, it's so awesome to just be
Yeah.
into something so much.
Like
right?
we
But-
we'd skip class.
Yeah.
We didn't go down. We didn't go down to the river or anything.
yeah.
You'd find us in the radio room.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's real nerddom, right? Like
Yeah.
we're learning more in here than we'll ever get in class, man.
Yeah.
That's great. Do you have any of those old radio shows or recordings of them at all?
Yeah, I do have
Oh, man.
some skit. In fact, we released a couple of the skits that Tim and I did. We released them on the very first Stagnant Water release, which is
Okay.
called Harder to Find Than Jimmy Hoffa's Car Keys.
Oh,
But
Yeah.
which it is, because
Yeah.
we made just the whole idea of that release was to sell enough of those to release our first cassette, What's Up Your Butt.
yeah.
But so then I in college, I show up at college, and one of the guys that was in the radio program at high school said, "Hey, I just went to a radio meeting at
Yeah.
KSVR." And I was like, "Oh, they have a radio station here at college." He's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I nominated you as producer. And so I showed up to the next meeting, and I had been elected
Cool.
in absentia.
Yeah.
And that's where I met Chris Drake, our
Yeah.
keyboard player.
Yeah.
He was
That's how it happened.
the very first time I met him was in a radio class. He was the program director.
Yeah.
Big deal. That's
For sure.
that's the guy that runs the radio station. There's
Yeah.
station manager and program director.
Yeah.
And Jerry was the program director, and we showed up, and he was in a rainbow wig and a clown nose.
Nice.
And he did his whole report, and it was done with like parliamentary procedure, The whole thing was very, very strict.
And he's wearing a clown nose.
Like, dude,
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, approve the minutes. I'd like to. Do I have a second? Yeah, you have a second. Okay, motion is approved." With a clown, with a clown
Something
nose.
that no one's even going to see.
Yeah,
Except for
yeah.
the people in the room.
Exactly,
Right. That's
yeah.
great.
So that's how we met him, and
Yeah.
that's how I got involved in radio, and
Yeah.
then we did a lot of fun things.
Do you
at
ever miss
KSBR.
it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I do.
What keeps you from doing it? Just time
Just time,
Yeah.
Just other things that
that
That-
you're doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd probably miss those too if I was doing
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny because Jeremy and I, the guy I do radio with at KSVU upriver, we've been doing it for I think we're going 3 years now or something
Wow,
like that.
yeah.
So, but it seems like no time has passed. But like it's one of those that I'm like usually things kind of run their course and you get kind of tired of it.
Yeah.
But for some reason we do it on Thursday nights. That's my Friday night, right? And I just look forward to like ending the week where we can get together and sit and we just play music and we have really have no theme. Sometimes we'll come up with a theme like, hey, this week we're going to do all duets or we're going to do all guitar licks. But then sometimes we don't do any theme at all and we just play whatever we want and we go back and forth and we just chat like we're doing right now. And that's just like, it's therapeutic. And so it's just like, man, I just haven't gotten tired of doing this yet. And I can see why some of these people that are like, yeah, we've been doing radio for 20 years. I'm like, I get it. Like, especially when you're doing it out of love, it's not your job.
Right.
Right. It's just like you're doing it because you love it. So, I mean, I don't know when I'm going to stop liking talking about music and listening to music. Probably never.
Probably never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think as long as I'm still allowed on the air, and even then, even if the radio station goes away, we'll find a way.
What are your thoughts on terrestrial radio compared to podcasts?
I kind of like the idea of something being out there and gone.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that you have to be tuned in,
Mm-hmm.
and that we like that it's live, and that people can be part of the conversation. People can like they're listening while we're talking about, hey, this next record is by Ted Nugent or whatever, and somebody's like, do you know Ted Nugent had a band before he was playing with this guy, and then we'll play that song, and so there's people in on the conversation, right?
Yeah.
Whereas a podcast, you're not in on the conversation; it's already happened, it's over.
Yeah.
And so when you're listening to it, you can enjoy it on demand. That's cool,
That's right.
but you're not part of the magic.
What a good point. Yeah, what a good point.
Yeah.
What a good point. That it's live. It's happening right now. It's
Yeah.
this instant.
Yep.
It's ephemeral. It will be gone. It's the last second is
Yeah.
already gone.
It's already gone into space, and it's not coming back.
It's not coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then on the flip side, I was just thinking, actually last week, I was just thinking about how much sometimes we put a lot of time into the preparation. I remember in high school for Thursday Night Live, I did an interview with the time lady. So in those days, if you wanted to know what time it was, you could dial 844.
Yeah.
And
And it tells you time.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
would go the lady would go, a robot lady would go, at the tone, the time will be 4:21.
Yeah. We missed it by 1 minute.
Exactly. Yeah. And so I spent all this time, I wrote a script, and then I would call it exact specific times, and I would record what she said, and then I pieced it all together to an interview.
Yeah.
And so I would say things like, are you telling me you've done this job for 20 years? Exactly. And it took a long time to prepare the piece.
For sure.
And I was thinking, I aired it once.
Yeah, and that was it.
It was it. That was it.
That's what makes it great.
That's what makes
it special.
Yeah.
It's just like seeing the Northern Lights, right? Like
right. They're there, they're gone.
And then you may never see them again.
Yeah.
And that was for you at that moment.
Yep.
And whatever picture you take, fine. But like that's not going to be the same thing as seeing it right there.
Yeah.
And putting in a lot of work for a great show maybe there's one person listening,
Exactly.
But
there
it's
might
so
be just
special
one.
to them too, because they
That's
were the
right.
one person that got to hear this thing. They're like, man, that was really great.
And is there any alignment with that and live music versus recorded music,
Yeah, I would say so, for sure. I think that's probably a very similar feeling to be at a live show that's happening right there in the moment, and you might see something that nobody else will get to see again because it happened right then. It's
That's
just
right.
You can't replicate it.
That's right. And the energy level of a live show versus the energy level of a recording. I mean, so many times you'll go, "Oh, that recording's great. It sounds like them live." But that's the quest, right?
Yeah.
Nobody that's the ultimate goal, but it's very hard to get there.
Yeah. Okay.
So I can see how inviting two musicians over to your house, this might come as kind of like a unspoken thing that we would have thought we were going to be doing.
Yeah. But no.
Didn't cross my mind.
Let me ask you this, Shane. Have you ever wrote a jingle? Like just even in your head?
We need a jingle for our radio show.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I mean, always.
that's
Like,
gonna
hey,
cost,
you're
though.
listening to That Reminds Me of Radio with Liz and
Yeah.
Spencer. Like, this is Shane and Jack, and, something like that.
I did. It was close to a jingle, but I did a jingle called that we had a skit in our show called This Day in Elvis History.
Cool.
So Fanny Alger would do This Day in Elvis History. So we
Yeah.
wrote a jingle for that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you still remember it? Could you sing it?
Yeah, I could sing it. I don't remember the chords,
That's
but
fine.
I think
Let's hear it.
it.
I'll sing you my jingle if you sing me yours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll do.
Okay.
So it go. This day in Elvis history. This day in Elvis history. This day in Elvis history. This day. This day.
Yes.
And then Jerry would go. On this day in Elvis history, December 3rd, 1967, Elvis and Memphis Mafia got very hungry for a sausage sandwich. This day in Elvis history, this day in Elvis history, this day in Elvis history, this day, this day.
Man, you know who else would love that? I think Elvis.
That
Maybe
makes
give
me
it a
happy.
big
Makes me happy just hear you say that. Okay, you said you were going to do your jingle.
So
you
my
wrote a
jingle, I did.
Well, what's the backstory?
The backstory is a couple of years ago, I was making a sandwich, and I was at my cutting board where I make my sandwich. It was a nice panini, and I was just looking forward to it. I had all this boar's head meat from Fred Meyer. Before Boar's Head got in all that trouble.
Sure.
I mean, it was probably still questionable then, but we didn't know about it.
Yeah, Upton Sinclair kind of warned you about this in the jungle.
Listen.
Okay.
So I was just like, I was singing a song, and it just kind of became this jingle for Boar's Head meat. And
and
they're not asking for one, but I feel like at this point they might need one because they kind of took a hit when they found out, or when the public found out how bad their meat plants are, meat factories. Yeah, it's just nasty.
Well, nothing fixes bad press like a good jingle.
Right. So here it is. It goes like this.
Okay.
Boar's Head, add a slice or two on some sourdough bread. Add some pepperoni and some pepper jack cheese. Get a sandwich so good it'll bring a man to his knees. I said, Boar's Head, tasting like heaven on bread.
Oh,
What do you think of
that's
that?
great.
See, we're going to
That's
run into the
good.
problem is where it says bring a man to his knees. I think that we need to cut that out, make it more inclusive, but
Sure.
I haven't figured out the syllables to do that yet.
yeah.
It's a syllable problem.
Bring a lover to his knees.
Yeah, totally.
Something like
well,
that.
that's still his though.
What? Oh, their knees.
Yeah.
Their knees.
Yeah.
My guitar's out of intonation, so if
Oh,
I play,
dude, I
if
hear
I,
ya.
yeah,
Yeah.
okay,
All right. So
and it's out of time.
yeah, mine's out of key. Yours is out of
Okay,
time.
yeah.
And intonation. So that reminds me of radio.
And tell us once again what you would like to have in it.
Well, the name of the show.
Yeah.
That reminds me of Radio with Liz and Spencer.
Okay.
I guess you could mention that it's on Anacor's Music Project Radio.
Okay.
Doug uploads it, if that can give you some
think
more
we gotta
Doug
make sure-
uploads it.
Yeah, we got to make sure that gets in because that made both of our eyes.
I think we could start with
Open. Yeah.
Wednesdays. Oh,
Doug
it's
up.
on Wednesdays from 6 to 8.
Okay.
So there's that.
Jeez, there's a
This
lot of
has already
info.
fell out.
I know.
This has really exceeded the size
Yeah.
of my lead singer brain. You'd think I'd have more capacity to remember,
Yeah.
but I don't.
Okay.
I think we're both
I think
stuck
this
on
is gonna
Doug
be
upload.
all
I've got
about
Doug uploads it.
Yeah. And I think that like you and I are both similar. When we hear something, we always think of like, hey, who uploaded this? That's the first question I have.
Well, it's like when you see a movie and you're like, oh, Steven Spielberg directed it. It's like when you're listening to a radio show, you're like, who uploaded
this? Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. When I see
Oh,
Doug uploaded
you
like
got
that,
Doug.
that makes sense why he would
How did you
upload
get
this.
Doug?
Yeah.
I know.
He's
He
up-
costs a lot of
he's
money.
always
He's uploading something.
uploading.
Yeah.
Well, man, that guy uploads
Yeah.
a lot.
It's because he doesn't wear sleeves. He can do a lot.
True.
I
That's
gotta
his
say
secret.
that about Doug that I love is that man cuts out the bullshit. He's like, headstock, don't need it. Takes up space.
Yeah.
I don't need it. Just like shoes, nope. Doing sandals or flip flops. No sleeves. Comfortable dude.
Doug Cassidy, by the way, for all the people wondering, what
Yeah.
are we talking about? Doug, remember earlier in the podcast, unless it gets cut,
Yeah.
I was talking about Brian Elliott being a
Yes.
common thread in since the beginning of punk till today in
Yeah.
Anacortes. Doug Cassidy, same thing.
Yeah.
He's been there from day one.
Yeah.
Really like standing off in the shadows a lot of times. Sometimes taking it up front with his some of his bands. He's more in a lead, but that dude's just fine. Making somebody else look good.
Yeah. Doug's a G. He's man. I dig Doug.
Yeah,
I dig Doug.
I dig Doug.
Oh, we got to get I dig Doug.
I dig
shirts.
Doug. Doug uploaded this. Doug uploaded this. Doug uploaded this.
Doug, I dig Doug.
Doug. Hey, we're playing the same note.
One of them.
That was pretty
Yeah,
good.
that's good. I'd say you got what you wanted right there, Doug.
All right, we're done.
Yeah, could
Thank
you
you
at
for
least
coming
just
over.
include us at the very tail end of whatever your jingle is? Just Doug uploaded this, so then people know,
And when you get your professional jingle,
Yeah.
just put the Doug uploaded this, kind of
Yeah.
like at the asterisk.
That's right at the end when somebody else does the jingle that is prepared and good. We're just the Doug uploaded this at the
Yeah.
end.
You guys were telling stories about radio earlier, and I wanted to share a quick radio story. So when I was in my late teens, early 20s, I listened to 99.3 The Fox.
nice. Love that
Did you
radio
guys listen
station.
to that?
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So in the mornings, do you remember the morning DJs? Larry and Willie.
Mm.
Larry and Willie were quite popular
Hmm.
at the time in the 90s. And so I emailed them and I said, hey, my friend has a show on the student radio station at Ryerson University in Toronto. Could you make some promos for him? Like, this is his name. This is his show. And they said, well, yeah, we could do that, but why don't you just come over on the show? So I went to Vancouver, took the huge elevator up there in the building, and I went to their actual studio and I sat in for 3 hours. And I just sat in for the whole time, and they did the promos for me on air, and they saved them to a CD, and I got to hear my whole 3 hours on air. Then they saved like the clips separately, and I sent that to my friend. And I was listening to what you were talking about earlier, and you were talking about handmade gifts.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like gifts that really, you took intention and you took your time. And I gave that to my friend, and he said, I'm never going to get a gift like this.
Oh,
Like, this
that is,
is
see, that's a
amazing.
good one.
Yeah.
That's another. That's a great gift idea.
Yeah.
Doesn't take up any space in the garage.
No. Yep.
But it means a lot.
And
That's
even
right.
if they said, you're crazy, no, we're not going to do this. We're professionals.
Yeah.
Now I know radio DJs are just like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
even
Except
if they
for
said,
worse. Yeah.
Yeah.
even if they said no, and I said, hey, Rob, I had this crazy idea. I tried. He would be like, wow, like even just that intention is pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I
Yeah.
totally agree.
Yeah.
Now
I
tell me
encourage
this.
people. Yeah.
How you could hear this whole thing upstairs, huh? Or are you just right outside the door the whole time?
Well, it depends.
Is this a social experiment?
This
is
is
this
live.
even recording?
This is live
You
right
have in-ear
now.
monitors.
Yeah, you do. They're going to damage your hearing. You didn't listen to anything we said.
Social experiment. It's not
Yeah.
even recording. You're
Yeah,
right.
dude. We got
You're
had.
totally right.
Well, the memory we made was worth it.
I agree.
That's the real gift for
agree.
Christmas.
All right, this is coming up before the new year. So is there anything in 2026 that you guys want to improve upon?
I just happened upon a short circuit for what do you call them? New Year's resolutions.
Yeah.
So my problem for my whole life is I make New Year's resolutions about things I should do, and then it's like, oh, I really need to work out more often. I'm going to go to the gym 7 days a week.
Yeah.
And then it's, if January 16th, and you're like, that New Year's resolution was stupid.
Yeah, 1 day a week's not so bad.
Here's the new one, the new
Yeah.
thing I'm on. You make New Year's resolutions about things you want to do. Like, I'm going to eat ice cream
Yeah.
3 days a week.
Totally.
From now on,
Yeah.
I'm turning over a new leaf.
Yeah.
It's going to be chocolate. It's going to be
Yeah.
going to be a different flavor, and then a different flavor.
Yeah.
And then we'll see how that works,
I love it.
Yeah.
I think that, I mean, if anything, we've always been told life's short. Enjoy
That's right.
it. And if you're spending it 7 days a week at the gym and you're not eating ice cream,
Right.
who you fooling?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're going to look
That's not
back on your
fun.
life, and you're going to say, boy,
Yeah.
I really wish
I would have eaten that ice
I would have
cream
eaten that ice
and
cream.
not gone to the gym.
Yeah.
So
Because
you're going to eat more ice cream.
Yeah.
What do you think that you're going to?
What I'm going to do in the new year as my resolution. Well, the serious answer.
Yes.
I'm gonna just give you my serious answer.
Please do.
I'm gonna spend less time on my phone because I just want to. I just hate it. It's just toxic. That's all that it is. I mean, even the good things about it, they're not good enough to outweigh the distraction, the way that it makes me feel when I see my friends' opinions on things. I'm like, oh no, not that, really. And it's so less time on the phone. Actually, today I was making a list of things. I just thought it'd be fun, and I just wrote it down. And it says at the top, you were happier when you. And then,
nice.
And then
Nice.
played the banjo, drove my Falcon, recorded home demos, cooked food for myself. Just those things, right? Those just a good thing to have. Like, you were happier when you do this. Anytime you play the banjo, you feel happier. Anytime you go to the movie theater, you feel happy. Like, oh, I'm in the movie theater. I remember this. There's no phone. It's just like so. So I think I'm going to pay more attention to that list of things that I'm always happier when I do them. Spending more time in the woods. I'm always happy when I'm outside in the woods, even when it's raining. I love when it rains in the woods and it's dripping off everything, and you hunker down and you just kind of look around and see what's happening, just watching everything happen.
That
You
is that is the serial killer mindset.
Yes. Yeah. So
Just so you know.
I'm going to try to fill my time with these things so I stop killing.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's going to take. I mean, it's kind of
Like, I
it's too
just
late.
I'm
kill too
happier
much.
when I'm abducting.
Yeah, I wrote it in blood, so
Leonardo da Vinci's
yes.
notebook,
Yeah.
his journal that he kept while he was trying to figure out how water dynamics worked.
Yeah.
Bill Gates owns it right now,
Yeah.
or he did, but he was kind enough to
Yeah.
share it with the lowly masses, and we all went to look at it at the
cool.
Seattle Art Museum or whatever.
Yeah.
And if I remember right, Da Vinci wrote everything backwards
Oh.
for that very reason. I don't-
Really?
It was a very low level of cryptography.
Yeah.
I'm sure you can
could
still
just
figure out.
rerun- Yeah.
But I think he wrote everything backwards.
Yeah.
There's other ways you could encrypt your stuff.
Your journal.
Your
The codes.
Like one way to do it, for example, if you think like, for example, that you're going to leave it on your desk and your boss might read it,
Yeah.
you can just put things in there like just, July 18th, my boss is awesome, man.
Yeah.
I am so lucky. The tutoring and the mentoring I've gotten from my boss. If I didn't have this boss, just imagine where I'd be today.
Yeah.
Stuff like you
That
drop
stuff.
that in there,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then if it
all of a
gets
sudden-
stolen, you're like, yes.
Or that's a great way. I've always thought it's a good way to test somebody that you think's reading your journal.
That's
Right.
a good point.
You write a secret in there that's so
Yep.
juicy and bad. Like,
Yeah.
I can't believe that he struggled so much while I was holding him underwater. I
Right.
still see him in my dreams. I hope I don't dream of them tomorrow.
Exactly.
And then you just wait. And then
Exactly.
you just find out if one of your loved ones
Yeah.
is going through your journal. Like, so did you drown someone the other day? I'm
Yeah.
really concerned. I read your journal and I have to bring it up. Like, no, I didn't drown somebody. I was testing you. You failed.
Exactly.
And-
Bingo.
Yeah.
See, that's good fun.
Yes.
That's fun.
That is fun.
That's really fun.
That's how to spend the holidays alone.
right. That's how. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
then you're
curious.
happier.
A healthy distrust of
Yeah.
all other people.
All right, well, we're going to wrap this up.
Let's do it.
I think it's a good idea.
Thank you for coming over and
Thank you, Holly,
being
for
part
thinking
of this
the idea.
experiment.
Yes. Thank you for having us over.
Yeah, thank you, Liz. Thanks for
Especially
having
during
us.
this holiday season and making that ham for us and
You're
those
so-
Christmas cookies that we
so
ate.
busy.
7
and we
sides, yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
This is where I wanted to be today.
Yeah,
Yes.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
All right, well, I guess till our next holiday special. We're
Yeah.
gonna have another one.
Yeah, well, we should probably do all the holidays, right? Every one of Oh, yeah.
Well, let's just come
He's
over
gonna go
every
for it.
Sunday.
Doug
you know?
uploaded this.
Doug
uploaded this. Doug uploaded this.
I dig Doug.